Hi, Internet people.
Hi, Internet people.
So, we are doing a displaced scene, which we have not done in a long time, but this is a Season 2 scene.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever done a Season 2 scene.
We haven't. Same characters, different season.
So, there's a jump and stuff happening. So, Krista will explain because it's her show and I just read things. So, I'll have Krista set up what is happening and then we'll do the scene.
Alright. So, this is taken from Episode 3, Scene 2 is what you're going to get to see. And it is Skylar and Madison in their dorm room. I'm going to normally reread all of the stage directions, but this time we're going to try something a little different.
You might still have to read them. Because some of those directions they can't see. Because they can only see us from here up.
Ah, okay.
Sorry. She's not in charge of the camera. She can't see what I saw when I hit the record button. So she doesn't know, like, how much of a person you can see on this bed. And you can literally only see, like, they can't even see my whole shirt.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So, Scene 2. Interior Madison and Skylar's dorm room. Day. Both girls are seated on their large bed with their backs up against the wall, sitting/leaning on each other as they watch something together on a laptop that is propped up on books, sitting on a chair strategically placed in front of their bed view. Madison is sitting next to Skylar, leaning against her. And as she's watching whatever show is on the laptop, one of her hands that's resting on Skylar's knee starts to trail down her leg. Madison, with his hand, begins to gently rub her fingertips and nails up and down Skylar's exposed leg. Eventually, this motion catches Skylar's attention, because it doesn't stop, and it is soft and gentle, and begins to stir something in Skylar that is far more interesting than whatever they're watching on their laptop. Skylar now starts watching Madison, and how Madison is just lovingly running her fingers along exposed parts of Skylar's arms and legs while watching the program on the laptop. Madison eventually feels Skylar's eyes on hers. What? Skylar looks down at Madison's hand that is still gently running along her exposed skin. Madison thinks that she's now doing something wrong and pulls her hand back as though it's touched fire. Sorry, is that too invasive?
No, believe me, it's not invasive enough. It's just new.
Do you like new?
I like this new.
Madison smiles and slowly her hand goes back to caressing Skylar's exposed skin. You're so soft. I never imagined you'd be so soft, that anyone would be so soft.
Girl on girl tip number 2. Girls are incredibly soft.
To emphasize her point, Skylar seductively slowly starts running her fingers and nails along Madison's exposed skin, causing an intended response in Madison.
Close your eyes.
Madison complies.
I have to read this. Yes, her eyes are closed.
My eyes are closed.
Madison complies. Skylar gently runs her fingers along Madison's legs, arms, clavicle, hand, thighs, all the while the ministrations are having a vast effect on Madison. Skylar finally looks like she's going to move in for the kill. Skylar looks as though she's going to kiss Madison, but instead she stops short and whispers, "Lesson done. You can open now."
Lesson learned. So girls are both incredibly soft and cruel.
Well done, kindergarten.
The girls laugh at each other, smile, and then resume a more cuddling position to continue watching the laptop. Madison goes back to gingerly running her fingers along Skylar's exposed skin, and Skylar smiles and sweetly kisses Madison on top of her head.
Which I would do, but I can't lean correctly. If you can tell, I'm balancing this way. I can't move up.
Just imagine.
There's no wall.
There's no wall. Use your imagination. So he knows he's going to be arrested. I mean, he has to know that her phone is bugged. And the last person he wanted to hug before being taken into custody was her. Wow. I mean, it's moments like that that tell you a lot about a person, about who's important to him. Or her.
Guess so. I bet you once his wife finds out, she's going to be pissed.
Wait, that's not his wife?
Nope. His wife is blonde.
Yeah, he's safer in prison after that decision. Scene makes Madison wonder something, and she tries to ignore the curiosity but fails miserably. Madison, so scared of the answer, but she asks the question anyway. I'd call you.
What?
Madison gets up from her cuddled position, presses pause on the screen, and goes to sit in front of Skylar. I'm not going to do that, because then you just
You
back my head.
can't see her. Yeah.
I'd call you. If I found out I was being arrested, I would call you. I would risk being taken into custody just so that I could hold you again. I would call you. Skylar is now paying attention. It is practically impossible to not pay attention to Madison when she's in her serious mode. Skylar knows that the next logical thing to come from this conversation is Madison asking who Skylar would call. And Skylar knows at this time it wouldn't be Madison. It would be Paige. Not because she's in love with Paige, but because she knows Paige would never hurt her and is her best friend. Knowing that the truth would only serve to hurt Madison, Skylar decides in an instant the only way to answer the question is to not answer the question. Skylar doesn't say anything, but Madison can't stand the silence anymore and presses the issue. Who would you call?
I would have grabbed you and run away with you as soon as I got the tip that they were going to arrest me later that day. Why risk freedom for one hug when we can run away together?
Madison waits a moment or two, and when she realizes that's the only answer that she's going to get, she settles back into her cuddled position, resumes caressing Skylar's exposed skin, and something that is bound to become one of her favorite pastimes. And end of scene.
That's the scene.
That's the scene.
Which, if we had a better camera and a larger area, could have been acted better, but I know you can't see things because of how I have to film in this specific room. And because my setup means that in order to see anything, you can only see top halves of people, which is not ideal for scene filming. But yeah.
So there you go. A little sneak peek into season 2.
Yep. And are there new characters? No, there aren't new characters till season 3.
Correct.
Yeah. So you don't meet any new people till season 3. So they all continue off of each other, but season 2 and season 1 are more closely focused on Madison and Skylar's relationship. Than season 3 is.
Yeah, because things happen.
Yeah.
In season 2 that result in things in season 3.
Yeah. So there you go. I wish we could have done more acting for you. Krista had planned us to do more acting, and then I literally was like, wait, camera. And if I pull it back too far because of how my room is set up, there's too much stuff in here. Like, you would suddenly see every t-shirt I own, and the fact that all of Krista's stuff is in the corner, and it's just...
Use your imagination.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me and sometimes Krista, please subscribe. You can find me on Twitter at CluffNotes, Krista on Twitter at FreeGoLaw. She writes the web series Wednesday posts for for Starry Mag. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, and you can find me on my blog, CluffNotes.wordpress.com. Bye, Internet people.
Bye, Internet people.